This game doesn't allow live streaming. I missed the part where I asked. Right, let's give this a couple of seconds to warm up. Oh my god. I'll try and sort out that buzzing later. Because I can hear that as well. It's in my left ear. It's just because it's a wired controller, which sucks. I'll try and get that sorted for next week. Right, I think everything's working fine. Good evening once again, everyone. Welcome back to Australia. For the third time in just about as many weeks. We're here for the rerun. Let me put that on mute straight away, because I'm not having that all stream. We're doing the rerun of Australia Season 3 Round 1, due to multiple glitches. Multiple drivers affected by a glitch in the late stages of the race, so the race was postponed. In regards to kind of how it was kind of keeping things fair, we thought we'd just we'd either rerun it next week or we'd just award half points, and it seemed to be the most fair outcome to rerun a week later. So we're not doing qualifying. We've taken the grid from last week, and as you can see, that's what's currently being set up now. So FRT Clark, pole position for the Ferrari, Alad Despair in the AlphaTauri P2, Reese P3 in the Alfa Romeo, followed by the other AlphaTauri of Brando, who requested a grid penalty but wasn't granted as such, because unfortunately there are no mechanical failures in online. As fun as that would be, I'd love to see someone get an engine failure. P5 goes to last year's runner-up, Pete, or last season's runner-up, should I say. Pete, retaining his Red Bull seat, along with also retaining his teammate, who got the Constructors with last season, GRT Andrew, P6, who has been denied a race win at this circuit the last two times we've been here. He was denied last season by yours truly on the last lap, and he was denied because the race didn't count last week. So it's 2 weeks in a row that he's been denied at the same circuit, so feels bad, man. Havoc, good qualifying from him. He will start P7. Second driver on the softs. I was about to say first, but then I realised Pete also starts on the softs. SRL Apollo, the league owner, finally being able to race in his own league. As we've done a little bit of a swap, I've traded the comms box. I've traded the track for the comms box, and he's done vice versa. He is in the Williams, starting 8th. Dalek's in 9th, the first of the two reserves we have tonight. And Seb rounding out the top 10 in the other Williams. Southern Ping just missing out on Q3 last week. He will start P11. Paper Stream on his return, a little bit incognito this season. I do not blame him. He's starting P12 in his lovely signature Haas that he always seems to be ended up with. Phoenix is starting P13 in the other Haas. He was in the Alpine last week, but as we'll see in a moment, the full-time driver of JC Butler has been able to race this week, so Phoenix has had to go into a different car, all the while after kicking up a fuss about it in the chat. Greg Stars starts 14th in the other Red Bull, a little bit of a dismal qualifying from him. He was the first driver, I believe, to actually have terminal damage, even with our simulation. There wasn't quite simulation last week that I'm hoping is this week. Hopefully the damage and all the settings will be fixed for today. A Bradford 22 starting P15. A little bit of a note about Bradford, I suppose. He is the only driver on the grid that can become a double world champion. Because Season 1, our champion doesn't race anymore, Pog. He doesn't race. Season 2, was Brad, and he is on the grid at the moment. Season 3 was Killian, and he doesn't race anymore. Season 4, well, not season 4. Yeah, well, it is season 4, but it's actually when we rebranded to SRL. Was Let Joe, and then last season was somehow me. I still don't know. Well, I do know it's because Joe left. He wanted another easy championship. Well, he could have had another easy championship, should I say, but decided he didn't want it. So, but that's fine. I'm perfectly happy with his charitable donation to me. So thank you, Joe. Richard, getting back onto the grid. Richard P16 out qualifying his rival Eclipse. These two had a pretty good battle to see who got more points. Eclipse came out last season on top of that particular battle, 4 points compared to 3 for Richard, so we'll see who gets it this season. Tazonic starts P18 after retiring in qualifying, I think he just didn't set a lap and just retired. One start near the back, and he is the only driver, well, he's the last of the drivers that were here last week. Now we have the two new ones of RSF1 Hunt, who did actually take the event attendance this time. So thank you to him for actually doing it this time. And then Butler, the man I've missed so much. I've missed Butler, but it's good to see him back on track in the Alpine, taking back his full-time seat off of Phoenix, who was the reserve in that car last week. And then just while the formation lap is quickly going on, let's quickly do a rundown of the tyres. Everyone in the top 10 is on the right tyres. It's medium, 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 soft, medium, soft, 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 medium. Southern Ping starts on the softs, Paperstream starts on the hards, Phoenix starts on the mediums, Greg starts on the softs, Bradford, Richard, Eclipse, and Tazonic all on the mediums, and then the last two both on the softs. So now I can sort out this stuff. I'll do the position indicator as I always do for the opening couple of laps, and then we'll switch to the tyres as and when it is needed. If I sit on a bag. Okay, so predictions. Well, it's not going to be as straightforward as just saying who it could be. I mean, looking strong last week, Reese definitely looked in a good element of his own for the vast majority of the race, as did Andrew. So I'm going to say... I was still going to say Clark for the win, as long as he doesn't lose force feedback this time. I believe that was his issue last week. So we have to pull into the pits and retire. So yeah, I'm going to say Clark. I'm going to say Clark will win. I'm going to say Reese second. And because of the nature of this circuit, I think it might be quite a bit of a dark horse for the final space on the podium. So I'm going to say Havoc is going to be my third place prediction. First DNF. Who am I going to jinx horribly? Apollo was the first DNF last week, but I'm not going to wish the same on him this time. Hopefully he does more than one lap. I'm going to say someone near the back. I'm going to say it's either going to be Bradford, Richard, or Eclipse. It'll be one of those three. I shouldn't really make a prediction like that. I do apologise. But here we go then. So take number 2 of round 1 here, season 3 of SRL. Could be our last season, but hopefully it'll be one to remember for these 15 races. But we've got the first one to get out of the way tonight. 29 laps of the Albert Park Street Circuit await us here in Melbourne, Australia. And the lights are now coming on ahead of the drivers. It is 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go, and that's a really good start from Alfie there. The spare didn't get too good one. Butler's hanging back a little bit there. Eclipse has had a pretty bad start as well. Pete's had a good start, as has Apollo. He's already up into P6. Oh, that's contact round. That was a huge impact. That was Oh, that is a big impact. I just saw a Alpha Tower. There's 5 people out already. There's 6. What? There's 6 people out already. I saw an Alpha Tauri sideways with that, like, one of its tyres. And that was about it, but... That's a very chaotic... Oh, that's McLaren without a front wing. That's RSF on Hunt. I think he's just gone into the back of Greg Stars by the looks of it. He doesn't have a front wing. I think he's the only one affected by that, though. Southern Ping, 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Apollo currently sitting in P4. Class still leads. We do have a full course safety car. But I just blown away. There were 6 DNFs within 2 corners. I mean, that's simulation damage for you. Despair was pretty high up, so I don't know if he spun or something, but both Alpha Tauris, both Mercedes, Andrew and Bradford are all out in the first lap here in Australia. So Apollo takes this opportunity to dive into the pits. I'm going to guess medium tyres for definitely not the end of the race. Even Hards wouldn't make it from here. Apollo's got wing damage, medium tyres. He can probably do 2 stints of mediums to the end. RSF Hunt has to come in due to his front wing damage. Eclipse doesn't have a front wing either. So this is going to be medium tyres as well for the McLaren. What about the Aston Martin? I would imagine mediums as well. Although he is starting on mediums, so it's not going to be the best of things for him, having to serve a 5-second time penalty. So going on to the safety car queue then, the Aston Martin safety car this week. Clark leads from Reese P2, Pete in P3, Southern Ping amazingly up into P4. Dalek in 5th, Seb in 6th, Phoenix in 7th, Tazonic in 8th already, up 10 positions. Same as Butler in P10, Greg Sars in P9. Paperstream, 1 position outside of the points in the Haas, and then Apollo, Hunt and Eclipse just coming out of the pits. After their misdemeanors on lap 1. And then out of the race we have Elo Despair, A Bradford 22, Richard PGR, GRT Andrew, I'm Brando, and Havoc in a absolutely monumental crash that I didn't quite catch. I only saw a couple of cars like not where they were supposed to be, and that was basically it. Let's have a quick catch up on chat. Waited a week for someone just to spin me at turn 1. Oosh. What actually happened? Well, I didn't really see it. I was on board with Clara. Well, I was on board with someone at the front, and I couldn't really see what was going on. I really wish we had replay cameras. If we had replay cameras, that would have been class. Alright, let's get the tyres up. There we go. Someone sent it into the side of a T1 and then I was on a roll. Oof. Someone tried to win the race on lap 1 then, I take it. And has taken out 6 people in the process, I'd imagine, maybe. I guess that's my depiction of it. It's really unfortunate for everyone involved. So that is now then. Safety car should be in this lap. 3 laps under the safety car. I'm Southern Pink to have a penalty. Is that a normal penalty? No, that's the ignoring yellow flags penalty. Not sure what that was about. But then so far, everyone keeping a clean record. I guess with the exception of Eclipse, who served his penalty in the pits. Now he is back on a clean slate. So we should be seeing the safety car in any minute now, so we can get back underway for this Australian Grand Prix. Here we go then, safety car in this lap. Clark is going to be dictating the pace for the safety car restart. Slows down pretty much immediately to just make sure all the guys are bunched up behind. And we'll pick his moment. Ooh, thought I just saw something on the map there. I think I might have actually. Paperstream leaving a bit of an air gap between himself and Butler. Alex is overtaking Southern Ping. I need to move that little stream thingy. I'm going to put that maybe at the top of the screen or something next week. Although you guys can't see it, I can. It's a bit annoying. It's right at the bottom of the telemetry. But Alfie has gone. He's a pretty good gap to reach. Actually, he ran about second. The green flag's back underway here in Australia. Clark currently leading. Not a whole lot of action so far. Ooh, maybe that's Apollo looking for a move on Paperstream. Well, Apollo's got a great run. Oh, having to lift. That's just the grip between the mediums and the hards. The hards are not really the one around here. But, down the inside of turn 3 goes Apollo. Down the inside of the Haas, up into P11 already for the league owner. Greg Starr's on the back of Zonic. Well, the Red Bull reigning Constructors Champions. So hopefully they'll be looking to repeat the feat for the second year in a row. I don't think we've had back-to-back Constructors Champions either. Same for drivers, or even double champions full stop. But Phoenix has got a little bit wayward there. Has he got damage? He's going very, very slow. To Zonic. On the back of the Haas now. Going to look to make a good run. Ooh, Phoenix cuts the corner, gets out of the way, he might have damage. That's going to elevate everyone up a position. He's backing right off. I think he's got damage of some kind. To the bottom of the running order goes the Haas then. It's a bit unfortunate, it might just graze the wall. But that's the cutthroat nature of simulation damage. That's what the drivers are going to have to put up with pretty much all season long. It's just the slightest graze of the wall. Started just a little bit too deep. It's turn 1. The slightest graze of the wall can spell disaster now. Even as well, running over curbs at a dodgy angle. And that is floor damage for the rest of the race. Cannot be repaired. And floor is definitely one of those damages you do not want, as Phoenix retires from the session. Retiring in the pits after getting that damage. So then there were 13. We've lost 7 drivers in 5 laps. So hopefully we won't have too many more casualties for the rest of the race. Greg Starr's still chasing down to the back of the Ferrari with Tizonic. Butler in the Alpine getting a little whiff of the action as well. Not too far behind is SRL Apollo. Oh, that's a lovely camera shot there. Oh, lovely. Just caught the back end of the Williams going through there. Andrew's left the session as well. Tizonic has been overtaken by Greg Starr's down into turn 13. Greg Starr's gone a little bit deep though. Is that going to allow Tizonic? No, he's not really overtaken this section of track. Right on board. There we go, DRS has now been enabled, right on board with Butler. It's gone a little bit wide at the last corner. It's going to slightly affect his run on the Ferrari to Zonic. Daleks on the back of Southern Ping as well. Let's see if the Aston Martin can make the move on the Alfa Romeo. Round the outside into turn 3 we go. Aston Martin looks to get the move done. There we go. Round the outside of turn 3 up into P4 for Daleks. Currently reserving for the Aston. Butler still closing in on the back of Tizonic. Seb as well. Is Southern Ping maybe his tyres are going off or getting a little bit of damage? RSF on Hunt, the first driver to pick. Ooh, might have damage. He's moved over for Seb. Up into P5 for the Williams. So far, Clark 2.4 seconds out in front. Ooh, Greg Starr goes a little bit wider, turn 12. So does Tizonic. Ooh, that's very close to the wall for the Ferrari. Butler sees his opportunity, goes to the inside. That's turn 13, up the inside of the Ferrari he goes, up into P8 for the Alpine. Tazonic trying to fight back. He's going to have to wait a little bit, maybe try and get a good run out of the last corner here. Ooh, not quite, so he can brush wide a little bit. Well, the dirty air, hopefully that won't be a thing next game with the new iteration of cars. Apparently they sound a lot better according to some of the drivers. So something we're definitely looking forward to. Greg Starr's on the back of Southern Ping now. Is he gonna... Don't think he's close enough to go for a move. It's going to be overly audacious if he does. Just coasts the car on through. But, Seb's closing in on Daleks as well. But, pulling away from Southern Ping at the moment. Maybe he got a little bit of damage. How's the Alfa Romeo? Can't quite tell. There's something else I'd love. I'd love a bit more information. But, so far, Greg Starr's not being able to find a way past Southern Ping. That's current moment in time. I'll get to that in a second, Brando. So I've had a quick skim read, but I'll see if I might have a little battle here. Greg Starr's opening the DRS, using the battery down the inside into turn 13. Pretty easy overtake for the Red Bull. Ooh, goes a bit deep though. Is that going to allow Southern Ping to come back at him? Yes, it is. Turn 14 thinks better of it. That's a little squabble. There's definitely allowed Butler and Tazonic to close back up a little bit. Onto the back of these two. Butler gets a little bit wayward. Could allow Tazonic an opportunity here into turn 1. DRS wide open. Butler has no ERS. Tazonic has a lot of it. You can see the light there, the D rating of the Alpine. But, Butler not quite close enough just yet. Yeah, right, I'll try and keep an eye on this as well. I can't believe that wasn't a restart. The reason that wasn't a restart is just because it's like a genuine racing kind of... It's one of those racing things. There's not a lot we can really do. Because, you know, five people crashing at turn 1. Like, you know, it's Hungary 2021. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. It's just a big crash. Nothing can really be done about that. Because if we were restarting over like big accidents, we probably would be on Australia for all 15 rounds, just because of the nature of the circuit. So it's just one of those things, unfortunately, that has happened, but nothing can really be done. Tazonic is a real bit wide there. But is he close enough to have a move on Southern Ping? No, not quite. Doesn't have the ERS advantage. The Alfa Romeo has 70% compared to the Alpine's 10. But yeah, if we were restarting for crashes, we wouldn't get past round 1. Such is the nature of kind of how it is. Butler going for the move on the Alfa Romeo. This is like up into P7 for the British driver. I would disagree, to be honest. Was turn 1 lap 1. Well, as I used the example earlier, so was Hungary. Like, ooh, Taz down the inside, a little bit aggressive. It's fair and love and war. Tazona coming to P8. Southern Ping picks up a time penalty. Maybe a little bit of damage from that. I'm not quite sure. His cars are so sensitive now to any kind of contact. Seb's on the back of Daleks. But yeah, just reusing the example I used earlier is Hungary 2021. That was turn 1 lap 1, and you know, they couldn't rebuild any of the cars. I know it's a difference between a game and real life. You know, it's not like 2005 where you can just go and get the T car and be like, yeah, you can just enter the race again, mate. It's fine, don't worry about it. But I can definitely see why that wasn't a restart, because it was just one of those things. It wasn't like last week where, you know, we had to call off the race due to a mass glitch. It was literally just a big crash. That's kind of how I see it. But then again, it's also not down to me to call restarts. It was Apollo down the inside, turn 15. That's going to be bold. Southern Ping peels off into the pits. Definitely has damage. That's the Alfa Romeo. We could definitely go hards or maybe even mediums to the end from here. No, let's see him through. But yeah, it's not up to me anyway, Brando, my friend, to call restarts and whatnot. Seb, oh, Dalek's spun around a little bit. I don't know if he's reset to track. That's already a penalty. Right, I'll write that down on a piece of paper. Do it again. Make my day. Go on. Do it again. Whoa. Nice on Hunt. Very close to hitting him there. Oh, yeah, I think we have Eclipse gone as well. Yeah, just over there. Out of turn 12. Aston Martin's gone for a bit of adventure. Off track. Tazonic's got a great run out of turn 12 though. Down the inside of Butler he goes. Into turn 13, maybe slightly overshoots the corner. No, not quite. Just Butler goes for the switchback, brakes early. Down the inside of turn 14, that's very close to contact, but great wheel-to-wheel respect from these two. Butler around the outside of the second to last corner. Tazonic is round. Not quite sure what happened there. I don't know if Taz locked a rear brake or if there was contact. It didn't look like it. But they looked like they left plenty of room for each other. Not quite close enough, so I just have to quickly write something down before I forget. He's been told, and still does it, but well, things. But Clar currently controlling this race out in front, 4.5 seconds ahead of Reese. But Pete as well, P3, both the Red Bulls actually running P3 and 4. Lovely stuff. Definitely see why those two were the Constructors' Champions last year. Just so consistent, usually keep out of trouble. It's only once in a blue moon you'll see those drivers in some kind of incident. But, Taz has lost a heaping helping of time now after the kind of half spin, but I'm sure he's fine. Apollo back up to P8 at the moment, so he's not doing too badly. In one of the, I think this was not his first race in the league. He's had a couple, definitely on F1 2020, but his first race in a long, long while in his own league. First time he's actually started a season as well. And I think he's doing all but one race this season. He's doing all but Monaco, where I will take over for Monaco. So Seb has got a great run here on the Red Bull. Around the outside he goes. Not much the Red Bull can do. Probably doesn't want to do much either. On his own race, Seb up into P4 for the Williams. Such a gorgeous car. I love the Williams. A lot of people don't like this car, the 2021 Williams, but definitely one of my favourites. Oh, as Butler is out, he's had an incident, turn 5. Spun at turn 5 and lost a wheel. Oh, Apollo's got a puncher. Oh, he's lucky there's a safety car, but there you go. That's a prime example of simulation damage. He's run over a bit of debris, and the front right tyre has not agreed with that. So that's one of the that's one of those things. I feel really bad for Apollo that he's just got a puncher. No one can overtake him because of safety car conditions, but there's the first indication of sim damage for you, is Apollo, the league owner, the guy who approved simulation damage, is the first person to run over a bit of debris and get a puncher for it. Because I thought I saw something wrong with the tyre. Like, I thought, oh, maybe it was just a shadow or something. And I go back on it and he's just missed the apex by a country mile. I was like, oh, because his tyre doesn't have any air in it. This is going to be the... I'm calling it now. This is the new strat on F1 2022. Because you have to have the car as close to the ground as humanly possible. Oh, that was insanely close to a DNF. Oh, might want to use the brakes a little bit more in the pits there, Apollo, mate. Oh, he's got to drive down the pit super slowly as well. There you go. I'm going to get jumped by Eclipse, although Eclipse is a lap down. But the new front wing, hard tyres, and maybe a fresh pair of underwear as well for the Williams. Clara's gone onto a set of softs. It's very interesting. He has the pace to make that work, double softs, or is he trying to do half the race in a set of softs? You never know with Clara. He's capable of both. But Reese doing the exact same as last week, onto the hard tyres. Pete on the mediums. And Pete is in a very good position here, because he did start on the softs, and now he's been given a free pit stop. You can one-stop around here. It's pretty... As Apollo is out, I've just noticed. Is he spun? He might have spun out of turn 2 on cold tyres. That's almost half the grid gone. One away from half the grid being out of the race. There we go then. So Russell from Hunt comes into the pits. Medium tyres. Ooh, Hitchin gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Another set of mediums for the McLaren. You can definitely go to the end on those. Paper stream, new front wing, medium tyres for the Haas. And there's Daleks will come through and pass both of them. But just remember, Daleks does have a 10-second time penalty. As we reset the track. Apollo, I seriously can't get a break. I did see you run over the bit of debris. I didn't kind of clock onto it for a little bit. I was like, oh, he's run over a bit of front wing. Absolutely brutal stuff. How did you actually crash? Did you just spin out of turn 2? I don't know, like, did you get on the grass, get on the curb? I don't know, like, 1 minute you pit for a set of hards, could have taken you to the end of the race, got some decent points, and then next thing I know, you got DNF next to your name. It's like, oh, what's happened there then? Couldn't see it in years, spun out of turn 2, the ultimate Bottas experience. Oh, you were checking your Instagram. You always check down the straights, you don't check in the corners. Are you going to want an invite to this? Considering you can't leave the lobby. I can quickly invite you before the safety car ends. It's up to you. No, I'm alright. Great. Don't want to talk to me for 2 weeks in a row. I see how it is. Anyway, Clar out of the last corner. He's gone just before the apex. He's kind of dragging Reese with him a little bit. Seb has got an amazing restart. Down the inside he goes. No, not quite. Oh, slightly outbrakes himself though. But Pete, I think, does even more. Yellow flags. Not quite sure what's gone on there. But, Seb is going to go down the inside here of the Red Bull, battling. Oh, side by side through turn 5. Pete gets pushed off a little bit. He's going to come back on the track fine though. Always hit the curb and round goes the Williams. Always been collected by the Red Bull. And as Greg starts out of the race. It's not, there won't be a safety car. It's too close to another one. Seb is still in the race. That's impressive. But, Greg Stars is out. And there you go. Now it's top 10. Anyone that finishes gets a point. But, I don't think we'll have another safety car. No, it's too close to the one just gone. It's going to kind of neutralise the race a little bit here. But Clar still leads by about 2 seconds. He's just going to have to absolutely floor it around this track, given he's on softs. I don't know if they'll go to the end or not. But, he's got a mission. Has FRT Clark in the Ferrari, 6-3 yellows. That's I think that's Seb just going slowly with his absence of front wing. But, so far, I guess it's Reese in prime position to win this race, but you can never count Alfie out. He's a ludicrously fast driver. But, he's definitely got something up his sleeve. So Tazonic on the back of Pete. Daleks comes into the pits for a set of mediums, as does Seb Pitts. 5-second penalty. And the tyres in the pits. I wouldn't have done that considering you could have got points. But make your own decisions. Seems a little bit silly to retire in the pits now. This is just the brutal nature of what this season is going to entail. Sim damage, no ghosting. There's going to be so many collisions. Just so many unlucky crashes, as Greg Stars has just been a part of. I've just seen in chat. It's very unfortunate for you, Greg Stars. As Tazonic goes down the inside. Pete. SRL Hunt picks up another penalty. It's Tazonic up into third place. Both the Ferraris currently on the podium. I believe both of them are going to have to pit again, considering they are on softs. Just going to push. Push all he can. That's all you can really do. Sector 2 yellows. That is Eclipse round, I believe. No, it's Daleks. I'm sorry, Jack. It's force of habit. I wonder if that was another reset to track for Daleks. I didn't quite see. But, I never know. Probably could have been. He's already done it once this race. Nice off on Hunt. Oh, Daleks is actually out. That is a crash. And that is another safety car. This is literally a repeat of the last race of last season. Oh, this is manic. What an opening race this has been. Brando says shambles of a race. I disagree with that one, my friend. I think this has been a pretty entertaining race. Well, from my point of view anyway. This has actually been immense to watch. There's been so much action the entire race. This is the kind of thing... Like, this is what I was hoping for with sim damage. It just shows... like... how this can be. Where you're going to have people that... Well... Oh, Southern Ping picks up a drive-through. You're going to have incidents where people just kind of spin on their own, and then because of how their car comes back onto the track, they don't necessarily have control over it, they just get collected by another car. I guess in the case of Seb and Greg Stars, but this has been a very entertaining race so far. But 8 remain. Pete has gone on to a set of softs. What about Paper Stream? I think he might go on to a set of softs. Oh yeah, he is. He's serving his time penalty first. Eclipse goes through. Eclipse is currently P7. No, he's not. Oh, he's a lap down from Paper Stream. Damn it. So Eclipse is P7. Screenshots now. So, I've just seen as well that Apollo said Jack's actually going to get points. Is a bit of a stat for you, Kieran. If Jack finishes where he is now, he's got the exact same amount of points that he had last season in literally the first race. Come on, Jack, keep it on the track, my friend. I believe in you. But back up at the front, it is Clark. He's been leading pretty much the entire race. He's not going to be fond of these safety cars. Reese P2 on the hards, as it was last week. Being on the hards in this high up the grid, although he was leading at this point, as Clark was out. Tazonic P3 from P18 is a very good effort for him. Southern Ping in 4th at the moment, but he does have a drive-through penalty. RSF on Hunt in P5. Pete in P6. And Pipstream 7th. Eclipse rounding out the last of the people still in this race. And We still have a lovely 11 laps. Yeah, because we're about to go on lap 19. We'll have 10 laps of race. Like, providing there's no safety cars after this one, it's 10 laps of racing. Or is everyone on pits? That's an interesting call. Softs, I'd imagine. Yep, softs onto the McLaren. Paper string pits as well. Not really sure why. Has it got wing damage or something? Don't know why. No, just another set of softs. Fair enough. This is actually really going to help two Ferraris, this safety car. Going to be able to preserve their softs a little bit more. I guess I personally would have pit, considering this is a rerun, everyone's got a load of fresh tyres. I'd have pit when this safety car came out for a fresh set of softs. Especially someone like Alfie, who just has the pace to get back through pretty much immediately. But I think this is going to open up a little bit more excitement at the end of this race. We'll find out in about 10 laps time. Oh, but you know what time it is. So, it's time for the most reused bit in F1 commentary at the moment. This has been an absolutely amazing race, lap 19 of 29, but if you haven't been with us that long, if you've just joined us, and you want to know why 11 cars are missing from this race, all you need to do is press the red button on your Sky remote if you are a Sky Glass or Sky Q customer, and you will be able to see the highlights of this scintillating race that we've had so far here in SRL Season 3. Such an overused bit, but I'm still going to overuse it for literally the rest of the season. I hope everyone's ready. But here we go then. Safety car restart number 3. Is it number 3 or is it number 4? Number 3, I think. I'm going to go with 3. So we have the possibility to have another 3 safety cars before we hit the limit. I really hope we don't, because then we'll have the annoying safety car glitch again, but Alfie is absolutely gone. Southern Ping comes into the pits. Some hard tyres. Service drive-through penalty. Double check. Why is his pit crew out? Oh no. Well, that's going to pit him, isn't it? I think it might, yeah, it might just, yeah, he's on mediums now. Oh dear. It's, Clara's absolutely gone. 1.5 seconds up the road already. Tazonic on the back of the Alfa Romeo. Could make this a Ferrari 1-2. Just has to pick his moment. It's, Pete kind of just hanging on with this slot. A little bit of a gap though to RSF Hunt, but I'm sure he has the freshest tyres. Well, him and Paperstream have the freshest tyres on the grid at the moment, I guess with the exception of Southern Ping. No, we're fine. There's no safety car glitches, it's alright, because otherwise it would have come out by now. So I think we're fine. So it's 2 yellow. Southern Ping is out. A bit of a spin. That's a very long way to spin down from there. How's he spun there? Might have clipped the grass or something, I'm not sure. Oh, Tazonic goes for a spin. Pete avoids him. Oh, just reverses, and that's RSF1 Hunt out as well. Oh dear. I think Pete will... More drama, and now there's only 5 people left in the race. Oh dear. This is literally last season all over again. Paperstream could get a podium here, lads. So it's Tazonic, RSF Hunt, and Southern Ping all out within about a lap. And then there were 5. Jack's going to get 10 points. Come on, Jack. Just keep it on the road, my friend. That's all you need to do. Alfie, his tyres will definitely go to the end now. It's, with all these safety cars, it's going to take no life out of them whatsoever. Unless he decides to pit now. No, stays out. He has no reason to pit, to be fair. If Reese pits. So that'll be a set of softs for the Alfa Romeo, I'd imagine. Yeah, softs, and that'll go to the end of the race. Clip's coming in for a set of softs as well, I'd imagine. Yeah, ooh, he had a bit of an off. It's a very dirty car. Had a bit of an off, but it's fine now. Shouldn't be too long. He should unlap himself from Tazonik and Hunt. Just a moment's time. Should be about here. Have to wait and see. Does he? Yep, there we go. That's he's not on the lead lap, but doesn't matter. What's 90% of 29? Is it 24? Well, if you think about it, it's technically... Okay, so technically you do 30 laps, because it's always that number plus 1 is how many driving laps you actually do. So it's 25. So it'll either be 24 or 25, so Jack just needs to do another 3 laps, and then even if he crashes, he will get P5. Just in Apollo's 27 laps. Jack's got to do another 6 then. Go on, Jack, just keep it. Paper Stream, why are you pitting? I mean, it'll only drop to P4, but... I think I know his game here. What he's going to do, he's pitting, right? Because then he's out of the way of all the fast guys, which is these 3 here, Clark, Pete and Reese. They're all going to go hammer and tong to the end of the race. Especially Reese, considering he's now on the freshest tyres of the top lot. With the exception of Paper Stream. So he's going to be out for blood in the last few laps we have of this race. And then Paper Stream's probably predicting some kind of absolutely amazing explosion where all these 3 blow up. And then he's going to win and Jack's going to get P2. That's the master plan right now. That's the Haas master plan. That's the master stroke of luck that is going to befall the Haas team in 6 laps time. I'm calling it now. But, oh, this has definitely been a nuts race. We started with 20, we lost 6 on lap 1. And then they've slowly been chipping off until the most recent, where we've lost 3. And then there were 5, and we basically have a sprint race here to the end. Here in Australia. What a season opener this has been, though. This has been... this has definitely been filled with drama. We'll put it that way. It's definitely not been sure on the Drive to Survive montage-worthy things. This is just peak content for Drive to Survive right here. Here we go. For hopefully the last time. With the safety car restarts, Alfie has gone. He's understeered a fair bit wide. Reese has got an amazing restart. But into turn 1 goes the Alfa Romeo. He's going to absolutely send it. He does so, not wasting any time getting past the Red Bull. Completely barges his way through. Up into P2 now. And he's only got one more man ahead of him if he wants this race win. There's FRT Clark, the man that's been leading for the entire race. Could be denied here by a safety car at the last couple of stages of the race. Definitely in the last 90 or like 80 odd % of the race. So here we go. So we're not going to have DRS for another couple of laps. So at the moment, if it's going to be now, it's based on pace. We could wait until DRS just to get that slam dunk pass. We saw that last season. Could be a repeat of history. A little bit of a corner cut there. We might have got a warning, or might have got away with it. Never know with this game. Reese is definitely closing in on the back of Clark now. 11 lap old softs compared to 2. This is definitely going to go down to the wire. He is just kind of minding his own business here. Paper stream as well. Just kind of hanging back. Don't need to overly push for this. It's about 25 now. 5 remain. This Grand Prix here in Australia. So we're one more lap before DRS is enabled, but Reese is getting closer and closer and closer. A little bit of a tail wag. It was just the extra rotation, just the sheer amount of grip that Alfa Romeo is going to have compared to the Ferrari ahead. The gap is getting smaller and smaller and smaller between these two. Round about the same ERS. There we go. On the back shot of the Ferrari, you can just see the Alfa Romeo getting bigger and bigger and bigger. 3/10 now is the gap. Chucking it into turn 11 and 12. Using the battery. Alfie's saving it. That's pretty smart. Just going to save it for the last few laps when Reese will probably have run out. So 60%. Well, they're round about similar. Reese isn't burning it as quickly as I thought he would. Alfie's now using his as well. DRS is now enabled with 4 laps left here at this Australian Grand Prix. He's got a better run through turn 2. That's going to give him a little bit more breathing space. And the Alfa Romeo. It's just a sheer grip into the corners, on corner exit. Basically everywhere where you're relying on mechanical grip. The Alfa Romeo is definitely going to have the edge here over the Ferrari. But Alfie is a very solid racer. Definitely has it in him to keep him behind for at least the next 4 laps. And that's all that he'll need. There's not many overtaking opportunities in this track in this current configuration. We'll have to see the new one next game, but this is the one we're working with at the moment. 2/10 in closing. He's going to kind of back off a little bit just to get the better run. He's tried to, but it hasn't fully worked, but he's just going to have such a better launch here. Alfie defends to the inside. Cuts the corner a little bit. It keeps P1 for the moment. 3 to go now. As Reese tries to send it down the inside, just no room though. That would have been a very audacious move if he had gone for that. DRS wide open yet again. It's definitely not gonna be close enough for a move into turn 1. But what about turn 3? That's the more prominent overtaking opportunity of this kind of DRS section. There we go. The Alfa Romeo yet again. DRS open, not quite close enough. Doesn't want to send it. He's very smart at the moment. For Reese, he's just got to stay behind. Turn 13 is just the number 1 overtaking opportunity at this circuit. 3 left to go. Clips picks up a penalty, but it doesn't matter. It won't affect him too much, but he's just got 1 more lap as well. Eclipse has got 1 more lap and he's got 10 points in the bag. Oh wait, no, it's not 10 points anymore. Oh, what is it in my... I don't know, I can't actually remember. I'll have to double check after the race, but go in to turn 12 again. Clara's got a much better run than Reese this time round, so I don't think Reese is going to be challenging anytime soon for the lead. He's only got 2 more laps left to hold on here. But the Alfa Romeo, the threat is looming ever closer. So starting the penultimate lap now. We've got, wrong one. They've got very similar ERS. If anything, Reese has more because he's just using the DRS. He's been charging his battery while he's had the DRS. This is really smart driving at the moment from Reese. Alfie is still holding on. Absolute nerves of steel for the Ferrari. He's not going to be intimidated off track. He's just got to keep it within the white lines. Don't know what warnings these guys are on. But I really hope this race doesn't come down to a time penalty. That would not be the one. Eclipse pits. Reese through turn 9 and 10 now. A little bit squirrely through turn 9. He's just taking a little bit too much. A little bit too much curb. Might have doesn't really upset his rhythm too much though. But just getting a run through here. That's all you need to do. Reese hasn't got the good run, but then Alfie's got a little bit sideways as well. Reese to the inside. Is Alfie going to defend late? No, he's not. Reese absolutely sends it down the inside of turn 13. Nothing Alfie could have done. But that is Reese now into the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. Is Alfie going to have anything to fight back with on the last lap of the race? I think Alfie might have played this strategically. You've only got 1 more lap left. One overtaking opportunity, really. Turn 13. We saw it last season, and are we going to see it again? And it could be the same car that does it. We're on the last lap now here in Australia for round 1. And Alfie picks up a penalty. Unless Reese picks one up now, this race is now as good as Reese's. Alfie won't drop the place to Pete. He's too far behind. It just depends if Reese is going to pick up a warning or not. It's definitely possible at this track. It's very, very easy. But now Alfie could play it a little bit cheeky here. And he now has 2 more warnings in hand to maybe push the limits a little bit, track limits. But Reese, at the moment, it's all but his. It just depends if he gets a penalty or not. And it depends, but the tyre grip advantage is just way too far in the Alfa Romeo's favour now compared to the Ferrari. Sends it through turn 12. I don't think definitely not close enough, but they both have no ERS. They've been using it so much this last lap. But that was a very good battle between these two. Clara put up such an amazing defence, but in the end, it's not one Ferrari-powered car, it's the other. Reese round the final corner now, up to the line. He is going to win the opening race here in Australia. As Clara spins across the line, not a happy bunny. I wouldn't be either. I know exactly how that feels to be dominating a race and have it taken away like that. Pete comes home. Well, it says P2. Oh, it's because Alfie crashed before the line. Paper Stream in his return, P4. It says P3 because Alfie crashed before the line. That's why. And then his car didn't cross it. I know Jack's going to stay P5 because he's a lap down, so he won't unlap himself on Clara. But yeah, Alfie's wreckage crossed the line, but as it registered DNF before he did, I think he's just lost his P2. But that has been one of the most dramatic season openers I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Literally picking up where we left off last season. 20 start and 5, well technically, well yeah, well 5 finish because Clara definitely did 90% of the race. Eclipse across the line for P5. That has been an absolutely amazing race. Well, amazing's one word for it, I suppose. RSF1 Hunt got driver of the day, even though he didn't finish the race. That is standard Codemasters for you. But there he is, Reese, your winner here in Australia. He looked in this position last week, and he's got it this week. Very good result for the Alfa Romeo. Pete comes home in a brilliant P2 finish in the Red Bull. Paperstream, a podium on his return. Clark 4th after crashing before the line. And the last finishing driver is Eclipse PGR in the Aston Martin P5. And there is a lot of DNFs. So we have Tazonic, Hunt, Southern Ping, Dalek, Seb, Greg Stars, Apollo, Butler, Phoenix, Despair, Bradford, Richard, Andrew, Brando and Havoc all out of the race. But what an opening race that has been. Let's get these guys in for the podium interviews. So Reese, I think Pete doesn't have a mic. I'll invite Reese and Paperstream at the moment. And then driver of the day, or Kieran has said in chat, driver of the day is Jack. I definitely agree with that. Considering Jack started, what, P17? Hello.
Oh.
Well, there's one of you. Just need Paperstream now, because I don't think he has a mic. Just make sure your audio's included, mate.
Yeah, just click it on then.
Lovely. Alright, let's quickly double check in this chat, and I don't think Pete has a mic. I don't think he does. Alright, let's just quickly see if those two... Not right now. Okay, so it might just be you then, Reese. Fair enough. Don't know if Paperstream's joining. I don't think he is. Right, so we'll just do the one then, I suppose. Well, Reese, congratulations. First winner of the season. In an absolutely drama-filled race. You started P3, didn't you?
Yeah, P3.
Yeah. Well, P3 to P1's managed to keep your car pointing in the right direction, made the right calls at the right time, absolutely sent it on Clar with 2 laps to go, and then came away with that race win that you were, I guess, denied last time, but then last time didn't count. But you've got it this time, that's what matters. So congratulations for that. Just give us a bit of a view of your weekend. If you can remember back to quali as well last week, if you want to include that.
Yeah, so last week, yeah, so quali was quite straightforward, really. I was quite happy with P3, especially with the pace of like Despair and Claw. They're really, solid drivers. So. And then, yeah, the first race, I definitely thought I could have won last week. I still got screwed over by, I can't remember who it was. There was a Mercedes, wasn't it? Sort of spun around in the pit lane, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was Richard. He spun guns.
So yeah, and luckily that all didn't matter anyway. And then this week, I had a good start, and then what happened with Despair, I'm not too sure. I thought it was desync at first, because it looked like he spun on contact, but I don't know if he just lost it himself. But yeah, and then from there it was quite straightforward, really. So I boxed onto the hards on the first safety car. I don't think there was many, if any, other hard runners there. Pace didn't feel too bad on them. And then yeah, soft at the end. and you had to send on Claw there, otherwise I think it would have been pretty hard on the final lap, because he would have been defending a lot harder.
Yeah, absolutely well-deserved race win from you this time, Reese. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Paper Stream did join. Here we go. What a legend. What a legend. He's back. He's been on incognito and he's come back and he's just got a podium. What a legend.
Yo, I'll take the gifts.
So Alfie messaged me on Discord and he was like, yeah, that's for you. Getting you a lovely little cheeky podium because he put it in the wall before the line. A little bit naughty, so we'll get a smack on the wrist for that. But you've inherited a podium because of that. So yeah, I mean, you. I think I saw your I had a feeling what you'd done because you pit under a safety car like twice, and that put you to the back of the queue, all barring Eclipse. So you're behind Pete and then the top three. Well, that was the top three: Pete, Reese, and Clar. Just keeping out of it. I was like, I know what he's done here. He's gonna keep himself to himself. There's gonna be an absolutely monumental crash at one point, and he's gonna win the race. Weren't quite. We did get a P3. But, just give us a few words on your race, man. That was pretty entertaining from your side.
Bro, yeah, when you're as slow as I am, dude, you gotta start using different kind of strategies and everything. Yeah, that, first of all, that first lap was crazy. I barely made it out myself, and I completely forgot that we had simulation damage and all that, so I was just like, oh shit, these motherfuckers can't drive. So I kind of squeezed through there, and I'm already slow as it is, but I'm especially slow at this track. I'm very timid around this track, so I'm damn near 5 seconds off pace, some bullshit like that. So I knew to stay out the way. I said I don't want to be put in a situation with these really fast dudes where that freaking delta is so big, between me and them that it's almost unsafe. So I said, you know what? Let's get another set of fresh softs. Let's just sit back here and see what these motherfuckers do. Nobody crashed, but I got gifted something, so I'll take it.
Well, they all count in the end, mate. So you got P3 on your return, I suppose. So yeah. Congratulations for that. Pete did get P2, but doesn't have a mic, so we can't interview him, unfortunately. Well, but yeah. We've at least done 1 and 3, 1 being Reese and 3 being Paper Stream. And a little shout out as well to Eclipse. What an absolute hero. P5.
Yes.
I'll have to double check how many points that is for the new point system. I think it might be 6, or is it 8? It's either 6 or 8. I'll double check in a minute because I'm going to go and do the standings straight after this. Won't take that long considering hardly anyone finished. But thank you for making my life easy, everyone, because no one can drive with simulation damage by the looks of it. It's staying on. I love the whinging that I'm currently reading in chat, but it's staying on. This whinging means absolutely nothing.
Keep it on, makes it easier.
Just get good, I suppose. But yeah, that has been the rerun of Australia. Far from fruitful, I suppose, but it's definitely been an entertaining one to commentate over. We'll be back next week for the Japanese Grand Prix. Hopefully, more people will finish that one.
Oh, that's my track. Oh, that's my track.
Yeah. Just pick that one for hards again.
Yes.
It's the same strat. That's all you need to do. Yeah, we'll be seeing you next week. I've been Bonge in the commentary box. It's been fun. Looking forward to the next one in Japan, round 2 of 15. So thank you, everyone, and good night.